Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that affects pretty much everyone, that feeling of being pulled in a million different directions. We're going to break down a really powerful framework from WorkLikeOS that's kind of like an operating system upgrade for your brain, especially for the hyper-distracted world we're all living in.
So, does this feel familiar? You're juggling work projects, the family schedule, and that nonstop buzz of notifications? If you feel like your brain has 50 tabs open all the time, you're not just busy. You're actually in a battle for your own focus.
And let's be real, it's not a fair fight. Our modern world is practically engineered to distract you. It's designed to drain your brain power, your energy, and your time. Every single moment your focus gets fractured is a moment you can never get back. But what if you could fight back? What if there was a simple, science-backed system to do it? Well, today, we're giving you exactly that. It's a framework called the D.E.E.P method. Seriously, think of it as a brand new operating system designed to help you reclaim your focus and win that war. Okay, so let's break this down. The D in D.E.E.P stands for design. This is the part where you stop being a victim of your surroundings and instead you become the architect of your own focus. The goal here is to set up a space where concentration feels natural and effortless, not like a constant uphill battle. And we're going to start with something that sounds almost too simple, the temperature of your room. You see, research actually shows that the sweet spot for peak mental performance is right between 70 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 21 to 25 Celsius. If you're too hot or too cold, your brain is just wasting precious energy trying to get comfortable instead of focusing on what matters. Now, think about this for a second. Where your desk is pointed literally matters. If your desk faces a wall, you're minimizing all those random visual distractions that pull your attention away. But a desk facing an open room, yeah, that's basically an open invitation for interruptions. It's such a simple physical change, but it can make a huge difference in your mental load. So it all comes down to mastering these three elements. First, strategic lighting. Getting as much natural light as you can really helps you stay alert. Second, curated sound. Think ambient noise, not distracting music with lyrics. That can actually boost your creativity. And third, visual order. A clutter-free desk literally reduces mental fatigue. Nail these three pillars and you've just built your ultimate focus zone. All right, so now your environment is primed for focus. Let's talk about the actual work. That brings us to the first E, which is for engage. This is all about channeling your focus to do high-value, meaningful work, not just spinning your wheels on busy work. And this idea comes from a brilliant concept by Cal Newport called deep work. Deep work is basically the antidote to all the shallow, fragmented tasks that eat up our days. You know, like constantly checking emails or sitting in meetings that could have been an email. It's the kind of work that really moves the needle. But here's the key. Getting into that deep work state isn't about brute force. It's about understanding the natural rhythm of what's called the flow cycle. You start with a struggle phase, where things feel hard. Then you release and let go into the task. That's when you hit flow, which is that peak performance state. And just as important is the final stage, recovery. And this just shows you how you can put it all into practice. This isn't about working more. It is about working smarter. You protect your morning when your energy is usually at its highest for that deep, important work. Then you batch all that shallow stuff like emails and calls for the afternoon. For any busy professional, this is a total game changer. Now, the second E in D.E.E.P brings us inward. It stands for equilibrate, which is just a fancy way of saying balancing your internal state. See, your focus isn't just about what's happening around you, it's also about what's happening inside you, in your own brain and nervous system. A simple way to think about it is that your nervous system has two gears. The sympathetic system is your fight or flight mode. It's great for emergencies, but it's terrible for clear thinking because it pulls oxygen away from the front of your brain. Then you have the parasympathetic system, your rest and digest mode. This calms you down and sends oxygen right back to your thinking brain. The cool part is you can learn to shift between them. And here's the most amazing part. Your breath is the manual override for these gears. Just a single, slow, deep breath sends a direct signal to your brain that says, hey, we're safe. No need to panic. It is, by far, the fastest way to shift from a reactive, stressed-out state to a calm, responsive, and focused one. You can literally do it right now. And this isn't just about feeling calm. There's real brain science here. When you activate that parasympathetic rest state, your brain starts producing more alpha and theta waves.
Those are the brain waves that are directly linked with creativity, learning, and those aha moments. You are literally creating the perfect neurological conditions for your best ideas to show up.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the P in DEEP, and that is pause. Now, this is probably the most overlooked part of peak performance, but it might just be the most critical. Taking a strategic pause isn't a sign of weakness, it's actually a display of intelligence and strength. Now, for busy parents and busy professionals, this can feel almost impossible. I get it. But recovery is not a luxury, it's a requirement. Whether it's a short nap, a quick walk outside, or just truly disconnecting for a few minutes, these pauses are not what you do after the work is done. They are part of the work itself. So, there you have it, the DEEP method. It's a simple but really powerful system to install your new Focus OS. Design your environment to support you. Engage in deep, meaningful work. Equilibrate your internal state using your breath, and strategically pause to recover and recharge. Look, the war for your attention is relentless. It's not going away, but it is winnable. This DEEP method gives you the blueprint. So the only question left is, what incredible things are you going to build when you finally get your focus back?